Well, Jennifer and I have always had a passion for wine and food, and we, probably 4 or 5 years ago, right after we started seeing each other, we took a very detailed wine class at the Wine School of Philadelphia. We went through their intermediate program and kind of upped our game a bit from a wine perspective and continued to educate ourselves. And we also always had a little idea that we wanted to move somewhere other than Philadelphia and spread our roots and get intertwined into a small town community. And we were in St. Michael's probably 5 years ago, and driving home to Philadelphia after the weekend, we kind of stumbled upon Chestertown, and we've been stalking it for 5 years ever since.
And as we were coming over the bridge and the boats and the homes, it was just beautiful. And so we decided to come here, actually to the Lemon Leaf at the time, and have lunch, which is now where our drink case is. And our very first visit to Chestertown, we ate lunch in the building where we're now opening our store. So John and I are management consultants by background, and so from a business startup perspective, we wanted to get a pulse for what was going on in the town, what was the culture like, what was the business vibe, and so we went on to the SPY and we started reading about Bob Ortiz's study. And we read the results of it, and we started to look at some of the demographics across the Chamber of Commerce site. And we felt like there was a very viable opportunity to start a niche business in town.
One of the things we're trying to bring to Chestertown with this shop is something that's a little bit unique. And so from a wine perspective, we wanted to have all small batch, family-owned wines, no factory wines, and things that are unique to our shop.
Well, that we have a general business philosophy of complementing and not competing with the current and existing businesses. So as we were looking at the composition of what we would carry in the shop, we looked at the different stores that carry food, such as the Natural Market or Acme, and even the profile of Redner's that's coming in, to identify what types of core products do they carry. We looked at the different shops within town that carry wine, Pips, Seatown, Sam's, Evergreen, and we wanted to make sure that the wines that we were carrying in our shop were not wines that were already represented in town, so that we, again, were not competing with our local businesses. And so while we're carrying about 1,000 bottles of wine in the shop right now, we've been really pleased that members of the community have approached us and said, hey, there's a charity event going on, we'd like to order several cases from you, and we'll do special orders for folks to help supplement what we have in the shop right now.
Similar to what we did with our wine education, before we opened the shop, we went out to San Francisco, to the Cheese School of San Francisco.
It was awesome.
And learned about mongering and how to manage a cheese case and how to care for the cheese and all the aspects that go into running a cheese shop. So to that end, even though at any given point in time we might have 30 or 40 cheeses in our case, throughout the year, we're hoping maybe to rotate through upwards of maybe 70 to 100 different types of cheeses. So you get that variety not only from the seasonality, but it's not just the same thing every time you walk in.
On one of our visits, one of our very first visits to Chestertown, we are huge arts fans. Huge arts fans. I collect mid-century art, and we just absolutely love the arts. And so one of the things that we started to learn about was the goal of creating an arts and entertainment district within Chestertown, and that was one of the tipping point moments for us. We saw such a grand vision through the A&E pursuit, as well as the early stages of the marina design. That was right about the time we were making the choice to move from Philadelphia to Chestertown. And we read these things and we said, you know what, this of all of the locations, and we looked at potentially relocating to St. Michael's, we potentially considered Cambridge, there's some great business grants there. And at the end of the day, the vision that Chestertown had and was actively articulating and actively promoting made it such a great business choice for us. We firmly believe it is a wonderful time to start a business in Chestertown. And that has been reinforced in absolutely every interaction we have had at the county, at the state, and at the local level.